wait, can I ask you where should I look, there or there? My name is Allison Ormsby. I'm a lecturer in environmental studies, and I'm interim co-director of sustainability. So I teach classes like protected areas, ecotourism, wildlife policy, environmental justice. And I've lived in Asheville for 7 years.
Published in 1975, Doxy's Iridex model suggests that residents' attitudes towards tourism may pass through a series of stages, from euphoria through apathy to irritation and finally to antagonism, as perceived costs exceed the expected benefits. The Iridex model indicates that residents' attitudes towards tourism would change over time with a predictable one-way sequence. It suggests that residents' attitudes and reactions towards tourism contain a sense of homogeneity.
I think that in some places, Asheville is in the irritation stage. I think that our tourism volume is very high, 11 million per year, where there's only 90,000 residents. So I think residents feel frustrated about the lack of parking. A lot of residents don't go downtown anymore. And there have even been anti-tourism incidents, tagging of buildings with slogans.
Where you're from?
And some anti-tourism protests.
She was like, oh, okay.
Tourism carrying capacity is defined by the World Tourism Organization as the maximum number of people that may visit a tourist destination at the same time without causing destruction of the physical, economic, sociocultural environment, and an unacceptable decrease in the quality of visitors' satisfaction.
So all tourism affects the environment, particularly mass tourism. So when there's lots of people, then you get impacts like air quality, water pollution, and general pollution, also more vehicle traffic. Now, ecotourism, we have our beautiful mountains nearby and the Great Smoky Mountains National Park that draws in tourists, and beautiful rivers. So it's just a matter of quantity. You know, how many tourists are there? Are they spread out over various destinations, or are they all concentrated in one destination? And I would say in Asheville, we're not really keeping up with the pace of tourism growth. We're definitely not keeping up.
My God. You guys. I'm trying.
Through their marketing efforts, the TDA has formulated an image of Asheville that results in a new heritage, one that encompasses craft beer, food, and modern wellness culture, plus the appeal of historic sites and resources. Ever-increasing interest in the new culture of Asheville tapped an almost continuous flow of tourists to the area and sparked a hotel spending boom that has lasted, arguably, since the beginning of the 20th century.
Cultural impact. I would like to see us celebrate our Appalachian and Cherokee heritage more. I think we're getting more mass tourists, so the focus has been more on drinking, bachelor parties, bachelorette parties, and breweries, and less on the Appalachian or African American or Cherokee history of our area. So that history is in the background now, and it needs to be brought to the forefront more, in my opinion.
Including like
I'm literally looking at a football game.
websites.
Yeah, so I think we need to rethink how tourism is branded and marketed in Asheville. Like, who are we? Are we a mass tourism destination? Or do we want to maybe celebrate our nature tourism a little bit more and think about a visitor carrying capacity, right? Are we exceeding our carrying capacity? What's the maximum number of tourists we should have every year? And how do we celebrate our history and keep locals here too, because we don't want to be only for tourists. So the question is, how can we keep the character of the different neighborhoods and celebrate the history of the different neighborhoods without changing them completely? So I don't know. I don't have an answer on that, but I think